I really don't like my parents at all. What do you mean? Well, my parents, they treat me like an absolute asshole. They make me watch baby shows whenever I get in trouble, so I just learned a little life lesson on the bad stuff like smoking, watching NC-17 movies, etc. But do the elephant get out of the room? Well, I'll tell you a bit about myself. My name is Coraline Jones. I'm 11 years old, and for some reason, my family is dead. How did that happen? Well, this old man named Armbruster ran over my family as he was hired by someone who was named Robert De Niro. I wish I could tell you what my parents looked like, but the day that my house got busted into by the FBI and took all my portraits, which had my parents on it, that was a sad day for me, but it's okay because I'm living all by myself. I know how to get groceries, do the laundry, cook using the stove, and more. At least I still have my grandparents whose names are Gabriel and Joanna. Now I know what you are going to ask. Why is my grandpa so different in skin color? Well, watch your mouth, dear reader, because it's none of your business. Okay, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever gotten in trouble for skipping school before? I have, and it sucked hard. You want to know how? But I never got away? Go Animate made me do it. Well, here's a lost episode of Little Witch Academia that talks about a legal thing. For those who have never heard of the anime, Little Witch Academia involves a girl named Echo who attends to the Academy for Witches. That's all I could just tell you. I just encountered a weird episode of the series. Now let me tell you about it. One day I was at home. I was with my dog Precious, and we were both on the couch watching this somewhat weird commercial about Henry Albaltacos and General Masquez showing us how to cook burgers. Then it cut to a commercial break that told us a special episode of Little Witch Academia will be playing at the Paramount at Theater in California for 3 weeks only. I thought I'd be interested in anime playing at a select movie theater. So I bought the tickets to California and head out, and I let Precious come with me because he's nervous of thunder due to being every single night that I'm not around. So we made our way over to the airport. It was cool because I rode in a taxi. Colonel Sanders was as the driver. When I gave out my tickets to the airport worker, I met the podjet man, and him and Precious got onto the plane to California. Dogs are supposed to be on cages, but who the hell cares? At least Precious didn't crap or piss all over the place. I take him to the lavatory. I then sat down on with this handsome girl named Laura, asking her if I'm heading to California, which I said yes. She told me about this kind of rocks because it had a TV, and every single movie has a television show. And most of you, all you could play video games on it, and how relaxing it'll be. While jamming into some PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, I got interrupted about this angry flight attendant who told me that smoking is not allowed. However, I wasn't smoking. My dog Precious found an old cigarette. I apologized to the man and he gave me a cage to stuff the dog in. As I arrived in California, I somehow regretted letting my dog go on this trip because when I got to the hotel, surprisingly the hotel was just around the corner from the Paramount Theater was. I got a taxi to the theater, but before I went to the ticket station, I was stopped by this woman named Dallas asking me who I was. I stated my name and told her I was buying a ticket to the latest episode of Little Witch Academia, and which I would see it would not be good at the end. I gave it a good old go and purchased a ticket. However, when I got to the refreshment bar, I was given a free meal from KFC as popcorn machine was down at the time. Nice and good at the same time. Me and Precious sat down in the seat ready to watch the film. I sat down next to the familiar people named Billy Bob Tanley and Samuel L. Jackson. They were talking about that I wasn't the only child in the theater, and the previous one reviews were about to begin. The first preview showed a trailer of the movie starring Mr. Parks and Jack Black. The second trailer just showed Star Butterfly just had walking through a dead body of Marco Diaz. Then, before we got to the episode of Little Witch Academia, we were introduced to a short film that was basically a parody of Steamed Hams starring Homer Simpson and Mr. Burns. Then the intro started, and finally that's how things went off. We saw Echo, and she was completely cloveless. Samuel Jackson ran to the bathroom, but Billy Bob and Tanley closed their eyes, but for me, I wasn't even bothered. Trust me, I have seen what a human body looks like. The title card came up and it said playing hooky. The episode started off with Echo sleeping on her bed until her parents claimed that it was time for the witch school. Echo didn't really want to go because on most days, she gets treated like crap from her friends. Then Echo decided to have a perfect idea. She just cloned herself and that's what she did. Echo for some reason had a PC in her room, so she went there to play some Fortnite while her clone went to school. Echo's parents then left for work while the clone of, who flew to school. The plan was a success, and the title card popped up and said, 3 hours later. Echo got very bored of playing Fortnite, so she decided to take a walk. While walking, she met up with Sir Top and Hat. They had a nice walk about the engines of the island of Sodor, do a very good job on most days. Then Echo decided to go to the park for some exercise. She decided to attend an outdoor fitness program with some people such as El Macho, Kyle Gill, Ashley Armbruster, Disco Stu, Walter Beckett, Bucky O'Neill, Mount Barr, and Hilda. Meanwhile, at school, Miss Callis always wondered where in the world Echo was. Bullcrap, Billy Bob said next to me. She was right there next to the other students. Asaya Vargas was one of the reasons that the students in the class had told the teacher that she was watching dead memes during the test while they were about to take. That was odd since witches back in the day didn't use phones, but Miss Callis took the phone away from the clone Echo and they started the exam. Then it cut to the intermission from one of those more Monty Python thingamajigs. It was then when it showed a cartoon that had Martin Stone and reverted Peter Timmons planning to kidnap the fiancé of Governor Tackleton. Their plan was a success, but then it cut back to the episode. One of the clone of Echo then asked if she could use the restroom, and Miss Callis says yes. While walking to the restroom, Echo discovered a little thing of electric sparks. She took a look at outside and then spawned random clones of herself. It was a legit parody of Send the Clones to the Simpsons. Speaking of the clones, it showed the best clones of Echo. I could barely see the girl who was covered on soap on screen. Let's all go to the peanut butter and banana milkshakes, said one of the clones of Echo. They made their way down the hill on their broomsticks. The real Echo was hanging out in Asia from high school DxD, having chocolate milkshakes and talking about why some people don't like her a lot. Just then her clones broke through the window, mumbling something in gibberish. Echo said, "Oh no, I forgot to tell the cloning spellbook halfway through the school. What am I gonna do?" That's when someone special showed up. What was in the sky? A bird? Was it a plane? No, it was Superman. He lasered all the clones and the day was saved. Then the Superman said, "You girls have been playing hooky and not going to school, are you?" Echo and Asia then nodded yes, and Superman made multiple trips to the school they went. Miss Callis was not quite happy with Echo for her playing hooky, so she sent her to the principal's office, and the principal appeared to be Mr. Muffin from Fanboy and Chum Chum. He asked sincerely why Echo had tried to skip school. Echo said this, and I quote, "Okay, here's the story. I played hooky today because sometimes when I go to school, my friends treat me like crap and I don't want that to happen." Mr. Muffin believed in her, and sadly, he ended up suspending Echo for 2 days straight. Then it cut to the credits. I have no idea what just happened, but I'll tell you it was weird. Later that evening, I went to my hotel for a nice bath. 5 minutes later, I saw Dallas Liz Grimes pointing her pistol at me, claiming that I was a big mistake. But before she shot me, I ran to the telephone and dialed the police. The officer saved my life. It was Joe Goudslow. I thanked him and he gave me my dog Precious back, and apparently it was about to be kidnapped by Dallas, as I was told that Dallas was registered an offender, which disappointed me. The next day I went to visit Paramount Elementary School, and I met some familiar people such as Prairie Ganor, Jenny Foxworth, and others. I recognized the school having a barbecue. I met up with Caillou and his lovely grandpa, and then we went to this woman named Jury, and we both had a nice discussion and more. But before I left the school, I spotted an air horn which would send a diesel engine named Diesel, and I asked for a ride for the airport since I decided to leave because it was an exhausting day. I got on the plane safely, and instead of sitting next to Laura, I sat next to a man named Spotswoodle. Thankfully, my dog Precious had a cage, so she wouldn't mess around. It was nice talking with you. I gotta go now because there are other things that I must deal with. And that, my little pretties, was Little Witch Academia Lost Episode Plain Hooky. A Little Witch Academia Lost Episode creepypasta written by Ashley Armbruster. Ashley Armbruster, I want to thank you so much for the story. Thank you for, sending this to me. This one was a pretty good story. So, let me get on with the whole pasta itself. I actually found this story to be quite funny. Oh my god, this one was just hilarious. I had to take multiple takes because this was just so funny. This one was so funny. I'm really saying that now, guys. This one was just awesome. Throughout all the stories I've narrated in the past, actually, Armbruster, this story, I have to say, was the best one you've ever done so far. My goodness. Seeing Echo, cloning herself and try to skip school, but then all of a sudden, she's been found out. Come to think of it, I have wanted to skip school multiple times, but I can't because one of the reasons being my mom would probably kill me. Well, she probably wouldn't be happy with me, and same with my dad. But anyways, with that being said and done, I wonder this. And this is a question I'm gonna, ask you guys. Have any of you guys skipped school before? If you guys have, please let me know, because I would really like to hear what your opinions are on, skipping school. Now, with that being said, I'm going to explain the best of my abilities of what I actually liked about this story. I actually liked the fact that the concept was actually pretty good in regards to, how the whole episode went out. I can actually see this being the case, even though it's a funny pasta, it's still really, oh my goodness, it was really funny. I'm definitely saying that now. It was really good. Like, this episode actually played out well. I could actually see this being a really good episode. It actually played out well because I remember seeing how good this story is. It's just, oh my goodness, it was so funny. It was silly too of how the characters reacted, how the characters, behaved and stuff. It was just amazing. Just flat out amazing. That's the main thing I can definitely say. It was just amazing how the characters, acted the way they did, and they got silly and that. But you know what? If you ever try to skip school, people, I'm just going to say right now, teachers will eventually find out what you did. They'll eventually find out that you skipped school. Now, I don't know how they do that. Well, I think they finally found it, through, attendances. But anyways, with that being the case, I actually found this story to be rather amazing. Well done. It was actually pretty funny in regards to that. So that's actually definitely a good concept that I definitely have to say that I really do have to say this right now that was this is a pretty good concept. All right. I actually do appreciate that the grammar was pretty good. That's one thing I can definitely say. I think there might have been one or two grammatical errors, but those could be fixed and it wouldn't be a problem. The punctuation was good, the sentence structure was good, the everything about it was just flat out amazing. Even though it's a funny pasta, yes, but this one was actually pretty good in regards to that. So, with that being said, I am going to say right now that this one was actually pretty interesting in regards to that. It was really well done. I'm definitely saying that now. It was really well done in regards to that. It actually fit out well with the story. I'm definitely being completely honest. I actually found this story to be rather amazing and well made. So that's definitely a very good concept when it came to this. So I do remember, this being one of those really good concepts when it came to creepypastas, or, well, you could probably say, or funny pastas, just to see right now that I really like that this is just amazing. Okay, now I could definitely say right now, but, I'm just gonna say, this story was absolutely amazing. So, I could definitely say that right now, and it was pretty good to concept to that. So, I could definitely say right now that this is actually a really amazing funny pasta, and this is actually one of the best ones. I don't know Little Witch Academia. I've heard of My Hero Academia, but I've heard of this, but I've never seen the show, so I really did not know any of the characters from Little Witch Academia. I might have to consider watching it and possibly looking into, the whole show. I heard it's pretty cool in regards to that. I'm definitely being honest. But anyways, with that being said, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these curry pastas, or funny pastas in this case. This is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be a 10 out of 10. Great story, really well made, really like this concept, and I have to say that the concept itself was actually pretty amazing, but of course, it was a pretty interesting, really good concepts, because, everything this story has done was just flat out amazing. So, with that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what would you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload so then you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out of here. And I'll be catching you guys in the next video.